Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the epicenter of the body beautiful. But it doesn't always come naturally. Breast augmentation and butt lifts, liposuction and implants have been commonplace for women for years. Now men are getting in on the act and enhancing their bodies too. But some don't know where to stop. The machismo of Latin American street culture is causing more and more men to take it to the extreme.
Get ready to enter the Thrivetime Show.
Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of five, that's why I'm a dive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get.
All right, Thrive Nation, on today's edition of the Thrivetime Show, we are joined here by a long-term client by the name of Gabe Salinas. Also, if you can picture in your mind, folks, if you can picture in your mind, we have James joining us here. James is on our ticket sales team, and we have JT Lawson, who's been working with me for years, helping me sell tickets for different events we do, also booking me on various podcasts. And so we got 4 people on one show. Gabe Salinas, welcome to the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, Clay. Thanks for having me today. Hope you're doing well.
Gabe, how long have we worked with you? How long has that been? Do we know?
Oh, it's been over 3 years now.
Yeah, and so I want to celebrate what you're doing. For anybody out there that goes to windowninjas.com, Gabe, your business has grown dramatically. How many locations do you now have, just for some context?
We're in 10 full locations throughout 4 states right now.
Okay, so 10 locations in how many states?
4 states.
Okay, in 4 states. So what I want to get into, I want to tap into your wisdom, and I'm going to pick on your brain, James. I'm going to pick on you, JT, and I'm going to pick on you as well there, Gabe. And we're just going to focus in on this idea that what gets measured gets done. All right? So that's the idea. That's the topic. I think I have your mic muted, JT. It was passive aggressive. You're back now. Okay, so what gets muted? What gets muted doesn't get done. What gets measured gets done. What gets measured gets done. Who said that? Gino Wickman is the best-selling author of a book called Traction, and he does a phenomenal job as a author. Love the guy, Gino Wickman. So let's talk about it. What gets measured gets done. So specifically, Gabe, in your business, Window Ninjas, what do you do? What are the services that you provide, just to give people some context? And then what kind of stuff do you measure on a weekly basis?
Well, Window Ninjas, our teams provide window cleaning, pressure washing, gutter cleaning, dryer vent and chimney sweeping services. We do residential commercial work, so high-rise residential homes, buildings, commercial storefronts. We do a gamut of stuff when it comes to cleaning windows and pressure washing.
You know, you're the first person today to say gamut.
We do quite a bit.
I'm serious. I do a lot of podcasts. I've never heard anybody say gamut, so you win the prize of the day. Again, folks, if you want to buy a franchise from a proven brand, I mean, you got Window Ninjas, does a great job. But also, if you want to talk to someone who uses the word gamut, just throws it out there, forever changing the game. Sorry, Gabe, I've yet to have anybody, I think, on this show ever say the word gamut.
Hey, I am a game changer. That's why I'm franchising Window Ninjas, because we are the greatest, and I am the greatest window cleaner in the world. So if you want to work with the best, then you want to come over here and work with me.
I agree with that, actually. I actually do believe that. Now, I want to ask you this, because people out there's somebody out there who's cleaning windows, right? Who's not dominating. But you have the proven system. And in fact, you're so confident that you have the proven system and the ability to implement it that a lot of times you, when you're in your onboarding calls, when you're on our podcast, other podcasts, you freely tell other people some of the stuff you have to do on a daily basis because you know your competition won't do it. Let me give you an example. SteveCurrington.com, longtime client, SteveCurrington.com. Have you met him, JT? Steve?
I have, yeah.
Okay, he's the Lamborghini driving mortgage guy, okay? He's a guy, once you get to know him, you can figure him out, but it takes about a year or two to kind of get into a flow where you get to know all things Steve Currington. Now, what Steve does is all he cares about is selling mortgages. So you as a customer benefit from this because he knows he makes a commission selling mortgages. And so therefore he goes 90 miles an hour when he drives and 90 miles an hour when he processes your mortgage. And you might like him or not like him, but it will get the mortgage done quickly because he wants to get paid. That's his whole brand. He does a phenomenal job with that. But Gabe, Steve Currington has actually invited his competitors to our workshops before. And he's told me, he says, Clay, I invited some of my competitors to the workshop today just because I know even if we tell them what to do, they won't do it. And I'm like, are you serious? He goes, oh, yeah. I just like to watch their futility.
That's so good.
Isn't that crazy? So I want to get into Window Ninjas real quick. So if somebody out there joins the Window Ninjas team, throw out a handful of things they have to do every week if they want to be successful as it relates to marketing. Is it Google reviews from happy customers? Is it calling leads? What stuff do you say if you buy a Window Ninjas franchise today, you have to do this work?
Well, right off the bat, if we get a phone call and a customer wants a quote, that means we got to go out there and physically look at their job and scope it out and make sure that we can give them an accurate price to the penny as to how much it's going to cost them to have our services completed with them. It's got to be completed within 24 hours. So from the time they get the phone call or they make the phone call to us, we get them out there, boom. That's one of the main things that we got to do. In conjunction with that, they've also got to make sure that when they are servicing customers that they are getting Google reviews. Those have to be done every single day. We also do things like taking photos and videos of the jobs with the customers and the clients and things of that nature so that we can utilize those on our marketing side as well. So there's just a few things that we have to do on a regular basis every single day that those guys got to be doing and held accountable for.
So let's be clear. I'm taking notes here, trying to keep up with you here. So every week, if I buy a Window Ninja, so James, if you buy a Window Ninjas franchise, okay?
Okay.
By the way, throw out some of the cities that you're located in there, Gabe.
We're in Wilmington, North Carolina,
Yep.
Charleston, South Carolina, Nashville, Tennessee, Virginia Beach, Virginia, Richmond, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina.
James, what city did you grow up in? What city?
Woodbridge, New Jersey.
Do you have a location in Woodbridge, New Jersey, sir?
Absolutely not.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so you right there, you have a winner chicken dinner. So let's say, James, you opened up a Window Ninjas out there. What's the name of the city again?
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge?
Yes, sir.
I think my sister, I'm just kidding. Okay, I don't know anything about that city. Okay, so Woodbridge. So Woodbridge, that's the city you're in. And what's it known for?
Being next to New York City, I guess, if anything. Actually, we had the biggest train crash in the United States in like the 1960s.
What's the city that's next to it?
It's like right below Newark, New Jersey.
Newark.
Yeah.
So could it be said that your city, your home city, is the sister city of Newark? Is that what people say?
Well, it's a couple towns away.
People don't say that. They don't say it's a sister city.
They don't say that.
Is there any like phrase they say like, "Hey, if you're from everybody"?
Yeah, it's just another suburb.
And what's the name of it again?
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge. They say if you're from Woodbridge, it's the home of the
nothing.
nothing. Okay.
Wooden bridges.
JT, have you ever been to Woodbridge?
No. Never.
Okay,
No,
but let's just
never
pretend.
heard of
Let's go there. Let's pretend that somebody bought a franchise, a Window Ninjas franchise in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Okay, so James, you set up your shop.
Okay.
What he's saying, and make sure I'm getting this right, Gabe. You're saying that from the time that a call comes in, and by the way, Gabe has a call center that will answer the phone for you. But when a job request comes in, you have to do a 24-hour turnaround time. Is that correct, Gabe?
24-hour turnaround to get a quote. As far as getting a quote, a lot of people want quotes. They want to know exactly how much they're going to spend on their window or pressure washing services.
Yep.
So, if we try to help them over the phone, and if we cannot facilitate their needs over the phone, then we are happy to send somebody out to provide a physical quote to them. They're going to go out to their home. They're going to meet them one-on-one. They're going to take a look at their property. They're going to assess the scope of work. They're going to assess what it's going to take to do that specific job. And they're going to fill out the little quote form, and they're going to send it over to the customer so that the customer knows exactly how much it's going to cost them to have our services completed at their property.
And what are all the kinds of services that you provide? Again, for anybody out there that might have missed that, what are all the services you provide at Window Ninjas?
So window cleaning is probably our number one service. That's what we're known for. We do interior and exterior window cleaning for residential and commercial properties. Pressure washing and gutter cleaning are our next 2 and 3 services that we offer. Pressure washing from washing houses or buildings, driveways and sidewalks, cleaning out gutters, roofs, things of that nature, all the debris that gets collected on there from these trees that like to shed their leaves. And then we also provide dryer vent cleaning services so that we can help keep people safe from dryer vent fires, and then also chimney sweeping services so that they can enjoy their fireplaces safely.
Okay, so you do chimney sweeping too.
Yes.
Now, what's the most commonly asked for service? Are people calling you going, hey, I need you to I need you to sweep my chimney now, stat? Is that the number one call? Or are people saying I need pressure washing? Or what's the biggest thing people are asking for?
It's pretty much a tie between window cleaning and pressure washing. Pressure washing is really important. People want to get their exterior houses washed. They want that grime off. They want their sidewalks clean. They don't want to be slipping and falling when they walk outside on the sidewalks and things like that. So they just want to put their best foot forward. And typically with pressure washing, that does it. But if they really want that full detail service, man, they get the windows clean and it really makes them shine.
So again, James, if he buys one of these, you're saying you got to do a 24-hour quote, 24-hour turnaround time on the quote. Now, when James does a project, he has to get a video, like a review from the customer, or like a video footage of it, or what kind of video content would he need to gather as the local guy?
Yeah, we get video reviews. We'll ask a customer if they're willing to do that. That's one way. Physically doing the service, if he's cleaning gutters, or if they're washing a house, they just take a quick little 10-second video of us doing that specific service. Same thing with window cleaning. Any of the services that we do, we just try to get a little video of it so that we can send it over to our marketing team, and our marketing team can then, just wow it up and then put it up on YouTube and, optimize it for SEO and, get people that are interested in those specific services looking at our videos and seeing all the wonderful, beautiful work that handsome James would do. And then they would call us.
Now, again, this is windowninjas.com. So let's say now that, JT, you bought one of these, okay?
Okay.
And you bought one of these in, let's say, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, okay?
Okay.
You're saying that, so James, he would need to do a 24-hour turnaround time to get the video reviews or testimonials or service videos. So would JT. Now, you have to do images. Tell us about the images. What kind of images would JT need to get to be a successful windowninjas.com franchise owner?
Typically, the images that we'll get are maybe our guys are cleaning a window, or they got a happy client. They'll take a little selfie with the client, or they'll put their squeegee in their hand and they'll put a smile and a thumbs up, or they'll actually get one of their partners to actually take a picture of them cleaning a window or something of that nature. Just some sort of action shot.
Like, is his car all falling off the side of the commercial building? That one went viral. Look at that one. Oh, no, okay. Now, but most of your leads, I just want to be clear, because I work a lot with people in the wind, and then, I worked with Gabe for a long time. Your leads are going to flow in from people that are finding you on Google. They're going to find you on your social media ads, and you've just got to be so consistent with this. And then search engine content, windowninjas.com, you take care of that for the locations. And then more Google reviews. Are you saying that JT would need to get more Google reviews each and every day and not just get to one a week or one a month? You're saying that this actually impacts the business?
Oh, it makes a huge difference. For example, we are the highest rated and most reviewed window cleaning company in Wilmington. I'm in Wilmington right now. My corporate office is in Wilmington, and we, on average, gather one review every single day. I think we had last week a total of 7 that came in for the whole week, so they were above average.
There it is.
But those things matter. For example, if we were opening up a Window Ninjas in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, there's somebody out there that's got about 250 reviews, man. It wouldn't take us long to dominate them, but we would definitely have to catch them and then surpass them and double them up. And you can only do that by checking the deliverables every single day, making sure you're getting a Google review every single day.
So, again, I'm just being very clear, folks. If you're running a successful company, you have to measure what you treasure. What gets measured gets done. So, JT, you're a big fitness guy. That's what you're into. Why can't you just go in the weight room and hack around and do whatever? Whatever comes to your top of your mind. Get in your own flow, kind of have a new idea every time you go in the gym.
Yeah, well, with everything, whether it's Google reviews or working out or whatever it is, you're going to be motivated to do it maybe once a week or whatever, or back and forth, but that never lasts. So motivation will always fade where discipline lasts forever. So you have to be able to go to the gym, track it, and have a weekly goal set out to get every single week, or you won't do it.
So you have in your mind a goal of what you're going to do before you get to the gym?
Absolutely.
You don't get to the gym and then look for the vision?
No, I used to do that in college.
Okay.
And then I met you and realized how dumb I was in college. And
what's very interesting is that a friend of mine who's really jacked, I won't mention his name because I don't want to feel like I'm giving him a backhanded compliment, but he's jacked. He's jacked, okay?
Yeah.
And Gabe, I'm sure you've met these people. I mean, not just in shape, but I mean jacked.
Oh, yeah.
Other men are like, whoa, You know what I mean? It's wow. I mean,
oh, Billy.
No, people always ask him like, bro, did you play pro sports? Were you that whole thing?
Yeah.
He's jacked. And I'm just being real. This is what he does, okay? He went to a certain doctor, won't mention who, okay? He goes to the doctor and he's like, hey, doctor, I want to get jacked. And the doctor that he goes to, I know who the doctor is. We know who the doctor is. We won't mention the name.
Yeah.
And the doctor is like, you know what the problem is, buddy? You got low T. And this doctor who I know, Gabe, he'll tell everybody you have low T. You want to have low T? You want to have low T? I'm being serious. I'm being real. This particular doctor, wherever he's located, whatever state he's in, I don't care what the situation is, he will tell you of low T. You walk in and you're like the most jacked person ever. And you're like, man, I don't know what it is, but I'm in my 40s. I'm jacked. I wake up every day with incredible energy. And and he's like, I think you have low T. Because that's what he does. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're like, dude, all I eat is meat. And I have marital sex 4 times in the morning. And he's like, you got a low T problem, buddy. So what he does is he gets people on this regimen of the sauce.
Yep.
And it's an injection of whatever the heck. I don't claim to be an expert, okay? And then the guy I know very well, he always runs around with bags of chicken. Every time you see him, he has a bag of chicken, and he's always kind of sweaty because he's always eating only chicken. And all he ever eats is meat, vegetables, and his protein shakes.
Yep.
This is all he does. You know these people that carry on a massive jug of water throughout the day?
Oh, yeah.
So they make sure they drink it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I used
him.
to all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's carrying around the jug. When you see him, he uses the jug like you might use like your car keys. If you have your car keys, if you forget your car keys in your hand, you might point at people with them. Or he's always got this massive jug. He's like, anyway, he's got the jug. You can picture it. He's got a bag of chicken he's always carrying around with him. And every meal, it's chicken, but he's definitely on the sauce. Okay, so then he gets up every morning. Every morning he hits the gym around 6 a.m. He hits the gym every morning at 6 a.m. Every Monday, Gabe, he does back and biceps. Every Tuesday, he does his abs and his shoulders and his legs, whatever. Every Wednesday, he does chest and triceps. But this is like a 7-day operation. There's no days off, same thing. And I've known the guy forever. And I've traveled with him a couple times, and every time I'm not going to do it again, okay? Because it's just wild, his whole, like, we must pull over right now. And I'm like, wait, I must eat. This is his whole thing. But it's a predictable thing that if you ate exactly like he eats and did the same workouts, you too would be jacked if you saw his certain doctor.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just being, Gabe, you know what? Gabe, you work out. You go to the gym. I mean, you've seen the guys that are on the sauce, right?
Oh, yeah. Run into them all the time.
And they're always like, no, I'm not on the sauce. Yeah, you're on the sauce. Come on, your head's 3 times as wide as it was last year, buddy. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll also
they got back knee. They got all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're not.
And I also point
they're
out,
looking great. You got their pimples and muscles.
I also point out a lot of people at the gym are on the sauce and you don't even know. Because they only work out when they're motivated.
Oh.
So a lot of people do the same thing with businesses where they'll buy a franchise and they'll be like, oh, okay, made it. And then they just only do stuff when they're motivated. And they're not getting better and not tracking.
Now
let's keep
this steroid enhanced storyline. Let's keep that for a minute. This is working. Okay. So buying a WindowNinjas.com franchise is like getting on steroids. I mean, it is. It's like you get the booster.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't advocate for boosters, by the way, but this is just saying, it's like the secret sauce. I mean, people are like, I don't understand why Mark McGwire was hitting so many home runs in his late 30s.
Sammy Sosa.
I don't understand. Sammy Sosa just was he was smashing the ball in his late 30s. I don't understand. They're on the sauce.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Barry Bonds in his late 30s was hitting records. I don't get it. He's on the sauce, too.
Went from 170 pounds to 260.
Barry Bonds has in his best home run season, he's hitting like 30 home runs. Now all of a sudden, homeboy's hitting 70. Get out of here. He's on the sauce. So buying a Window Ninjas is like getting on the sauce. Not that I endorse it. You get what I'm saying, James? You get what I'm saying here?
Hey, you know what? If you could get a business that's on the sauce, get that business.
Now, real quick. So you're on the sauce, okay? But now follow the analogy now. So now getting the every day, getting that 24-hour turnaround time.
Yep.
That's like doing the back and biceps day.
Yep.
Getting the video reviews, that's like doing, the chest and the triceps thing. Getting the images, that's like doing your cardio thing. And then doing the search engine content, that's like leg day. And it's all just it's a system. But if you don't follow it, it's not going to work. And you got to measure what you treasure, because what gets measured gets done. And I think a lot of times people, Gabe, they want to have massive success, but they don't want to measure what gets done because they say it's so boring. All we ever do is go over the same thing. Have you heard this before? Yeah. Have you heard this before, Gabe? They say, all you ever do every meeting is go over the same thing. So, James, you're selling tickets today for conferences. How many calls have you made so far today?
175 on the dot.
And as of what time is it today?
It is now
11:11.
11:11.
So in 4 hours and 11 minutes, you made how many calls?
175.
That's more calls than most people listening to this show will make this month.
Wow.
I talked to a guy today, Gabe, who doesn't have a call center, a.k.a. the secret sauce, like Window Ninjas. He doesn't have what you have. If anybody out there, if you buy a Window Ninjas franchise, Gabe and his team will call those leads. And I talked to the guy today, and this is the conversation, Gabe. This is the conversation we had to have. And this is a guy in the medical space, okay? But the question was, Gabe, he says, do you think it's a better idea for my team to call the leads at noon or at 5? And I said, what? And he said, do you think it's better? I mean, do more people answer the phone at 5 or at noon? And I'm going, this is a surgeon. Really? I said, I would call every lead until they cry, buy, or die. And I didn't know how many calls James had made, but I used it as an example. I said, well, yeah, I got on our team. James, just as an example, I mean, he'll every day make a minimum of 200 calls a day. How many calls does your front desk guy make? He goes, oh, like 20 a day, because we only get like 4 or 5 leads, and so we don't want to overwhelm people. Do you see this kind of jackassery, Gabe? Could you see this happening if you didn't have such a tightly run call center ship?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not only do people have a short attention span nowadays, but they have this thing called boredom. I don't understand it, because if you're busy and you just follow the system, you're never going to be bored. But sometimes people have that problem of following a system and it becoming boring for them, and then they don't want to track their leads. The next thing you know, they don't have any leads. The next thing you know, they're out of business. So I could definitely see that. It doesn't happen with us, but we stay on our people. Every single day.
But I mean, I'm just saying you do it every day. And I've worked with you long enough I can tell you, if you buy a WindowNinjas.com franchise, I can tell you it's like the secret sauce. It works. But I just think a lot of people, they struggle with boredom. And this is something I talk about at our conferences all the time. I say, JT, I say, the greats bore down.
Yep.
While most mediocre people, they suffer from boredom. The greats bore down, while mediocre people suffer from boredom. Have you seen this, JT? You've worked here a couple years. You run your own business. Have you seen this?
I have seen this. I also see people, they get to a point where they've created a system, they've done everything, and then they get bored with it, and they're like, what do we do next? And you're like, you do the same thing over and over and over forever, and you live happily ever after, because you don't have to do all the new stuff. And then to stay on the steroid analogy,
let's stay on that. Pump it up.
I don't know if any of you guys have seen. Do you know what Synthol injections are?
Yeah,
I don't know anything about them.
So I would say this is like the equivalent of like people trying to go viral on social media and other stuff. So it's like an injection that you inject into yourself, and it balloons the muscles up.
Come on.
And it's like they try to use it as like a cheat code. So instead of like actually going to the gym,
no, they don't,
and going every single day and being consistent.
Come on.
It's called Synthol injections.
How do you spell Synthol?
Oh, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong too, but it's SYNTHOL. And if you look up these injections and just go to images,
come on,
this is the equivalent of wanting to. Did you just look up those pictures? This is the equivalent of wanting to go viral on social media and keep going back and forth with that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Okay, now I just want to bring this up. I want to go back into this. Okay. So there was a guy years ago that I used to work out with when I was in college, and this guy was jacked. I mean, he was jacked, okay? And he faithful, never cheated on his workout at all. And one of the things that bothered him was always this guy in the gym who would just be flailing around doing crazy things. I'm sure you've never seen this.
Probably just CrossFit.
So when you do like the tricep extensions, or you're supposed to pull down on this rope and extend.
Yep.
And you kind of keep your elbows in a certain place, and you maintain a certain posture, and it's how it works,
Yep.
And this guy would be throwing on, like, I'm making up a number, but like 150 pounds.
Sure.
And he would just be like, "Ah!" And he would like be throwing his whole body into
Putting his back into the tricep extensions.
trying to get the weights to move.
Yeah.
And then the guy would do like an obscene amount of those rubber. They're not weights, but they're like rubber weights where you put it on so it looks like you're squatting 400 pounds, but you're actually squatting like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And he would, and then after every exercise, he would throw it down so it would bounce.
The Olympic weights, yeah.
And he's chalking it up.
Yeah.
He's chalking it up. He's got the chalk on his hands. So this guy I'm working out with in college, he's trying to work out. He was seriously a great partner for many years. His whole thing is we'd meet up at 6, we'd hit the weights, we'd do it every day, 7 days a week. That was our flow. And he was like, dude, and I met him because he was jacked, and I was like, we should work out together. He's okay, whatever, don't slow me down. It was a great thing. But he was like, what is that guy's deal? Because the guy's like, just throwing the weights, and he would do moves where he would breathe. Like letting the air out of like a tire. And you could tell he'd been watching like Andre Agassi videos. You could just tell he was really, and he was always it was a new
Trying
thing.
to go Super Saiyan like Dragon Ball Z.
And then what's the thing where you have like the squares in the ground and you try to run where your feet go into the squares? What is that thing?
Oh,
some fitness exercise?
Yeah, I forget what it's. You can use tires for.
You got a guy who's like
The ladder.
The
ladder.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who he's in there like doing different sprint moves and and it was like unsettling for everybody to watch because you knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah. I find this in business all the time. You go to windowninjas.com. It's a proven system. Here's the workout plan. Here's the meal plan. Here's the accountability. Let's go. Okay, and we'll give you some sauce. That's how it works.
Yeah.
But I find business people, that's what they do. They flail around, and don't mention the name, James, but I find that once people achieve success, they revert back into the flailing around mode. Once they're jacked, they start doing weird stuff. And they start actually posturing themselves differently. They stand differently. They become uncoachable, unapproachable, unappreciative. It's just have you seen this, James?
I have seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about, who you're talking about.
It's like when a millionaire becomes a mental mini-me. It's a million. Gabe, you know what I'm talking about? Where somebody who becomes super successful and now they're a jerk.
Yeah.
Because money's just a magnifier, and that's what I love about working with Gabe. We've helped you grow, and you're just a great guy. And you haven't stopped being a great guy just because you're doing well. Can you talk about that, Gabe, real quick? What causes somebody to become uncoachable, unapproachable, to become a mini-me if they become a millionaire? What happens there? What's going on there?
I don't know, because I don't understand it. I definitely know what you're talking about, but I don't quite comprehend why somebody would try to go off the deep end like that. I truly believe that you got to serve everybody. We're put on this earth to produce, and so within producing, you got to serve people. So no matter if you're becoming super successful, and you should be excited about it, and you should want to uplift everybody else. So let them know that they can do it as well, as opposed to being the jerk that sits there and says, "Oh, well, I'm better than you." So I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I'll tell you this, folks. On part 2 of today's show, I've been really trying to feature some of our clients that we've had massive success with, just to fill your brain with ideas that you too can have massive success. So on part 2 of today's show, I'm going to share the success story of a company called Cornerstone Fence. And James, we started working with Cornerstone Fence, they were at $70,000 a year of sales.
Right.
Now we're working with them on year 2. What do you think their annual sales was this year? First year was $70,000.
Maybe 400,000.
1.5 million.
Dude.
Wow.
Boom.
Bang.
Boom.
Huge.
That's the sauce. Now, again, here's the deal. They had to buy all the trucks, all the equipment. They had the skill set of building a fence. They already knew how to build fences, commercial fences, industrial fences. They had the skill set. Okay, they already had the education needed. Now, if you're listening today and you don't have a skill set to build fences, you don't know how to, and you're going, I want to be an entrepreneur, but I don't even know where to start. That's where windowninjas.com comes in there. So, Gabe, if people are out there listening right now and they say, I want to become self-employed, but I don't know how to do it. And every time I start a business, it fails. I started the business called the Toilet Store, and I thought it would work, but no one ever came. What would just, I called it the Toilet Store because I thought people would go there if they needed a toilet, and they didn't go there, even though it was a fraction of retail cost. Oh, I started an online app, and I failed, and my wife and I tried to get rich with real estate, and it didn't work, and I tried to become a success coach, but I wasn't successful. Oh, they're just, they've found a way to fail consistently. What does Window Ninjas offer, and how does it work?
Well, what we offer is an opportunity for people to thrive. We have a proven system that works. It's proven because we've duplicated over 10 locations throughout 4 states. And our willingness to serve our clients as well as all of our team members is extremely huge. Because we do what we do, because I've been in the industry for 31 years, I definitely have the proven track record and the proven success record that I can allow somebody to come into our system and be super successful. So if somebody's out there wanting a business, wanting an opportunity, wants to create some time freedom and some financial freedom for themselves, man, I suggest just give us a call, because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask whoever's calling us, what is it that you want out of your life? And how can I help you do that within my system? And then we're going to build a relationship based on that so that they can grow and then we can continue to grow as well. It's a good symbiotic relationship.
I'm taking notes here of the services you provide. I want to be very clear here. We got pressure washing, we got dryer vent cleaning services, commercial residential window cleaning, chimney sweeping. I didn't ask you how much it costs to buy a Window Ninjas franchise. What does it cost?
Franchise fee is $49,500, and you'll have a pretty much a flexible spectrum between $96K and $190K all in, depending on equipment, packages, things of that nature. But for a minimal investment, you're going to make that back within 2 years. And man, we have our profit margins are extremely high.
And again, folks, if you're looking to get Synthol injections, that's not what they do at WindowNinjas.com. Again, this just in at WindowNinjas.com. They do not offer Synthol injections. Gabe, thank you for your time. I really do appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. You're welcome. Have a great day, guys.
Bye. Well, Thrive Nation, we have so many wonderful people like you on our website every day checking out the podcast. And I wanted to take a moment to celebrate the success of a longtime client that we've had the pleasure of working with for a while so that they could complain and tell you all the terrible things that we make them do en route to growing their business. And so now, without any further ado, we have the owners of Cornerstone Fence. Welcome, guys. How are you?
Hey,
we're good.
How are you?
I am doing great. Now, just so people can know you're not a hologram, could you guys kind of introduce yourselves, tell us your name and where you're from, just so people can verify you're not a hologram?
I'm Danica. I'm one of the owners, and this is my husband, Jordan.
My name's Jordan. We started Cornerstone Fence about 3 years ago. I'm a full-time firefighter, so it started as just something to do on my off days, make a little bit of extra money. And about 1.5 years ago, we went to a business conference that Clay had out at his place. And we decided that maybe instead of building fences as a hobby, maybe we should actually turn this into a business and start trying to grow the business.
Now, how did you originally hear about us? How did that conversation come about? I'll pick on Danica here. How did that conversation come about?
Initially, it was the first Reawaken America tour that we went to. And one of my friends was like, hey, you should definitely go to the business conference beforehand. It was a shortened version, I guess, in the morning before the Reawaken America conference in the afternoon. And really one of my friends was just like, this could really help you. And just the tools that you gave us in the shortened version of the business conference it was just mind bombs going off. So
now, as far as the growth, you two work together, and I'll pick on Jordan here for this. What kind of growth have you guys experienced? Maybe a percentage, or what kind of growth have you seen since we started working with you guys?
So the first year we were in business, I maybe did 4 or 5 fences. Like I say, it was kind of not a hobby necessarily. I don't consider fence a hobby, but it was 3 or 4 fences the first year. So we maybe did $30,000 in fences. Second year, which was still before you, we maybe were on pace to do about $70,000 or $80,000 total revenue.
Yeah.
And then we started with you in October of 22. October of 22. And so that first year with you and putting your systems in place, really going after the Google reviews and trying to grow the company, we went from roughly like 80,000 to 700,000 in total revenue. And so that was last year. And then this year, we're hoping our goal is 1.5 million this year.
And I mean this, and so I'm not just saying this because you're here. I really do love working with you guys. Our team is always speaking so kindly about you guys. I don't tell my team, guys, run around saying nice things about these people. But, when we work with a client, I mean, we're working on the website. We're working on the photography, the video. There's a lot of interaction. And every week you have a coaching meeting with Andrew. And Andrew loves working with you guys. So can you maybe share, Danica, what it's like to have Andrew helping you implement the system and program that I've created? What's it like working with him on a weekly basis?
Andrew's phenomenal. He always brings so much wisdom to our meetings. Every problem that we have, he has an optimistic and realistic solution to it. And just the accountability in general, like, it's hard being accountable every single week to update your sheet, to update your tracking sheet, to track all your leads. And just the accountability is, I don't think we'd be where we are if we didn't have that kind of accountability, and just him constantly bringing us encouragement, realistic solutions, different resources we can look to, just to continue to find solutions for some of the issues that we run into.
Now, I call this the core repeatable actionable processes, AKA the crap. There's all these self-help books about the big idea and the vision and get your mindset, but there's very few books about the core repeatable actionable processes, the stuff behind the stuff. And I find that people like yourself, shawhomes.com, oxyfresh.com, stevecarrington.com, people that have massive companies now, but I've been working with these people for a lot of times over 10 years. The people that do the best are the ones that like the core repeatable actionable processes, or they learn to appreciate them over time. And the people that struggle are the ones that are always looking for the new shiny thing. I'd love to get your idea, Jordan, on just the importance of knocking out these core repeatable actionable processes week after week, day after day, because really business coaching is about helping you guys grow, but it's not an event. It's more of a process. I'd love to get your thoughts on what it's like to have those weekly meetings with Andrew.
Yeah, they've been, like Danica was saying, we like to think we're organized. We like to think we hold ourselves accountable, but without that meeting it's awesome, because first we can see on a weekly basis, how are we doing? Where are we at? Are we meeting the goals that we're supposed to be meeting? So without that weekly meeting, I would imagine that maybe we would get to it once a month, maybe. If we didn't have the coaching, and it would so first the accountability, because we're showing up every single Friday, same time, same location, and going over exactly what did we do this week. And so just staying consistent with that and having the accountability has really changed our business, for sure. Just having that business meeting every week. So
Danica, what do you think would happen without that weekly meeting and that coaching with Andrew? What would happen with all these ideas you've learned at a conference or learned in books? I mean, what would happen to the plan?
It would fall apart, because then it's like, oh, well, like you said, the big shiny thing in front of you. You can always have things that interfere with your day, but unless you have a plan and something and a step that is going to hold you accountable. I mean, that's one thing we learned doing business as husband and wife, is it's really hard for us to hold each other accountable. So just, Andrew's just phenomenal. He's
having a plan and having a deadline. Like every Friday is the deadline. So it's like, we'll have steps we're supposed to do, but if you don't put a deadline to that, and it was just me and her trying to do it by ourselves, we might get it done in 6 months or 8 months, but having that deadline, which is Friday every single week, and then we get like, well, why didn't you do that? That was what you were supposed to do. It's like, okay, yeah, we messed up this week. We'll for sure get it done.
And I wanted to touch on, some of the things that you said, we learn over time to like. It's like, I remember when you first brought up the group interview, I'm like, that doesn't work. There's no way. And then now it's like, we are group interview savvy like that. I tell everybody that owns a business, I'm like, do a group interview every single week. Because you never know when people are not going to be loyal. You think that they're
Well, you do.
awesome.
It's weekly almost, but.
Yeah.
Having a plan and a deadline, how would you describe the importance of that? Danica, having the plan and a deadline.
Well, you can just get caught up in the roll of your week, and before you know it, it's Sunday and you're starting Monday first thing in the morning. So it's like you'd get caught up in the tumble and roll of everything. There's constantly a burning fire. There's constantly kids that are sick or kids that, something can always distract you and take you away from the necessary things you need to do to be successful. And if you sometimes it's cram time at 3:00 on Friday before I come down and meet Andrew. It's like, we got to get the tracking sheet updated. But I don't know what we would do without that. We would think we're making money, but unless you know on paper and can see it in black and white, it's a life changer.
Now, I want to ask you this, Jordan. What I did when I built my first company, DJconnection.com, and I don't wish this on anybody, but I grew up very poor, and I got a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV, just like you're a firefighter. I was working 3 jobs, and I didn't know what to do. So I would go to these seminars where they'd have these get-rich-quick, get motivated people, and they would say, for $4,000 a month in a 6-month contract, we're going to teach you how to become successful. And then every meeting, they never really taught the stuff. There was nothing really actionable. And then I would go, okay, now that I finally think I know what I need to do you guys do the website? They said, no. Do you guys do the graphic design? No. Do you guys help me with my bookkeeping or my tracking? No. Do you guys actually do print pieces, photography, videography? No. Do you help me optimize my website? No. Do you launch ads? No. Do you actually know the process people? No. But it was all this big idea of just work on your business, not in your business. Could you maybe explain how the meetings are with Andrew? Because I think a lot of people, when they think of business consulting or growth, they're thinking of what I thought of was paying people $4,000 a month to talk in generalities and not get into the weeds.
So the structure of the meeting. So when we come, first thing is wins of the week. Hey, what's going on? What's going on in the business? What's happening? Any big wins? After that, burning fires. Is there anything major that we need to discuss or get off? Any big problems, fires that we need to put out right now? And then after that, we get into the items, some of our homework that we're supposed to be working on. Are you guys doing this? Are you doing this? And then we get into our tracking sheet, exactly how much money came in, how much money went out, how many quotes, how many leads. Like it's very, very detailed. Way more detailed than I thought you could get. Exactly what our conversion rate is, how many quotes we did, how many customers we punted, why we punted them, what happened there. Did we do our group interview? Did we do our meetings? So the tracking sheet, I think our tracking sheet has probably 30 different metrics that we go over every single week. Everything from money to leads to where are these leads coming from? Is this working? Do we need to adjust here? So it's very tailored to our business.
One of my clients I was talking to, I talked to him just the other day, and he was telling me the story. He said, when I first hired you 12 years ago, he's still a client 12 years later. He said, you helped me grow my gym, and then I learned those systems, and I hired you guys to help me grow my next business. And his next business is a lumber business. He sells lumber, wholesale log cabins. The materials need to make log cabins. And now he has a fencing business, but it's in Idaho. And he's got the fencing going on. He's got the log cabin thing going on. He's got the gym going on. And he also owns a TipTopK9 franchise. And he told me, he said, the reason why I bought the TipTopK9 franchise is I just knew it was the same systems that I could apply. Let me get your thoughts on that, Danica, because now that you're kind of really learning the systems, is it helping you to view business differently now that you see that, wow, this system over here, because you come to the conferences where there's many different industries represented. Has that helped you to kind of view business differently?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Before, it's really easy to get emotional when it is your business and things aren't working, they're not systematized. But if you having those systems in place and just knowing that that's what you have to do every week, it's not emotional, it's a checklist item or even a checklist, like why are we missing these tools? These are all the tools that we bought, and this should be on this truck. And so what happened here? If you don't keep track of those things and have, it takes the emotion out of it and makes it a system.
So my final two questions I have for you guys, and I'll let you get back to having a great Saturday. A lot of our clients we work with are couples. A lot of them are couples. This just in. A lot of them are couples. And, my wife and I, what we do is I run the daily operations, and she loves accounting. That's kind of her sheet music she likes to read. She likes to kind of sing that song, the accounting song. That's kind of her world. And other couples I work with, they work together on everything. For anybody out there who is working with their spouse, how has that helped you guys? Because my wife and I, we don't really talk about business at home, and we don't have any work-related conflict at home. It's sort of like we have our lanes, and we figured that out at a young age. But I know a lot of couples, when you don't have coaching, it can just be like a perpetual debate that never ends about, how should we optimize the website, or what's the best route to hiring, or what's the most effective way to launch an ad. And it's like, there's a lot of debates going on. I'd love to get your thoughts, Danica. Has that helped at all? Like on the home front at all?
Oh yeah. We wouldn't be where we are without just not having to think about the website, not having to think about where we stand, because we have to discuss it every single week. And that time's allotted for those discussions. And like you said, kind of our lanes, I'm like the phones, the at home, uploading pictures to Google, all that. And he's the face and the person that's meeting and discussing the logistics of any project and directing the guys. So knowing your lane, staying in it, and just not having to think about our ads, not having to think, that's all on the back end, and you guys take care of that, and it helps me sleep at night.
All right. That's great. That's a bonus right there. Now, final question I have for you guys, and I'll go back to your husband on this one. So Jordan, for anybody out there who's thinking about scheduling a 13-point assessment, we did our 13-point assessment. It was a free assessment, a free initial meeting. Or coming to a conference. We have scholarship tickets so that everybody out there can afford to go. So we tell people, it's $250 for a ticket or whatever you want to pay. What would you say to anybody out there that's thinking about coming to a conference or scheduling a 13-point assessment?
I highly encourage it. When we came to the very first one, and we didn't know about your coaching stuff, and the first part of that conference was a condensed version of the coaching, and then you guys offered the 13-point assessment. And Danica was like, I think we really need to do this. And I was like, man, I don't know. We like last year, at this point we're doing like 50 or 60,000 in fences total revenue. And I was like, I don't know. It's just, we're a tiny business. We don't have like the skills to run a massive business. I was almost scared first to grow it, but very doubtful that something that we were running maybe could be a big business. It still sounds weird to say that we did $700,000 last year, and this year that we're hopefully on track, and our goal's over $1 million. In my mind, that still doesn't compute, because I'm not, I guess I don't consider myself like a successful business owner, or I didn't, at least before. And so doing, really, it all started with that coming to a conference and then doing that 13-point assessment and talking with you. Our first meeting was, we came in and visited with you, and I don't know, it freaked me out, but it's really changed the way that we view business, number one.
Yeah.
How we run our business, and has gotten us to this point where maybe we will this year be over $1 million in total revenue.
Can I give you a little pro tip on the show? This is my little pro tip for you on the show. If you want to hit 2 million.
Yes.
This is a real thing. This is a real advice I would give you. One of my wonderful clients named Don Calvert with Score Basketball. He did this move, and I'm giving you this move, and everybody listening to the move. And what he did is he said, in the future, I'm going to start servicing Owasso, Oklahoma. Not now, but soon I'm going to start providing basketball consulting for Owasso. And soon I'm going to start gathering, I'm going to start servicing Broken Arrow. Now, at the time, he was just in Bixby. So I said, so Don, let's go ahead and register the Google map for the office that you're building, or the location you're going to service. And let's go ahead and put a sprinkling of articles on those search engine content and on those markets so that your phones will start ringing before you actually open up the new basketball training facility. And no exaggeration at all. His leads almost tripled by doing that. And then that created the growth and the justification. And I'm telling you, just a little secret between you and me and everybody watching, Oklahoma is in need of some serious professional fencing installers. I mean, this job, I'm just telling you. So if you guys were to do what you're doing and kind of start, going down a little bit further down the highway, like registering a map in Owasso or Oklahoma City or whatever markets you're thinking about going to, and begin putting not a lot of energy, but a little bit of energy into calling your current happy customers and getting reviews and writing that content, you'll start getting massive leads. And you'll probably hit 2 million in the next 12 months. I'm just telling you, because you guys have the systems. You've worked so hard to build these systems, and I know you guys can continue to scale. Thank you guys for carving out time. Are you guys in like a pole barn here? Is this the man cave? Where are you guys?
This is our big win of the week.
Yeah, that's the win of the week. We finally working on getting the shop finished so we can start buying buying materials in bulk, so we get better pricing on materials, storing it, and saving time instead of the crews. Right now, the crews get here in the morning, then they go to the supplier, get materials, and then they go to the job site.
Did you build this?
Yeah.
This is awesome. This is exciting.
Yeah. This is 40 by 60. And anyways, it's exciting because this has been one of our big hang-ups is we need to get better pricing on materials, which is happening now. And the way you do that is you buy it in bulk. Well, you got to have somewhere to store it. And so it's all, anyways, this is our big win of, I guess, really.
Can I get a little tour? Can I get a tour real quick? Can you kind of walk us around real quick? This is awesome. I'm so excited for you guys. I love it. Does it smell like new wood?
It does.
Oh yeah. Look at
all right. So this is the front of the shop. So we and really it's at our house. So a lot of things is like we wanted a commercial facility, but right now that's not in the budget. So we're making do with what we have. So we got a 40 by 60 going in. So we got all the work trucks here behind us. Anyways, right now it's going to get us by until we, hit that 1.5, maybe 2 million. And at that point, we're going to go and start looking for a commercial lane. So anyways, we're going to store a lot of like 2x4s, pickets, steel posts, like the bread and butter of what we do will be stored in here. And so garage doors are coming hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks. Those take a little while. But we just got the concrete poured. So it's really a blank canvas right now. So today we're planning out shelving and where we're going to start storing everything and how to, I guess, try to make the best use of it.
You got to be pretty pumped up about this, huh?
Oh, I'm super excited. We're both very excited.
Oh, this is awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. I know you guys have been putting in the hard work there. And it's good to see the paying off for you. And again, thank you so much for carving out time. And we'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you so much, Clay.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Hey, Clay Clark and my Thrive peeps. It's Steve Currington, as you can tell. Although I'm not wearing my signature green shirt as usual, but I am riding in my signature green Lamborghini. And I just wanted to say how appreciative I am of Thrive and all the guys at Thrivetime and the show and everything that you guys have done. At Total Ending Concepts, we have had tremendous growth and a lot of things changing, especially on the marketing front. And from a coaching perspective and from a web presence and branding and our internet leads are up. Everything is hammering on all cylinders, and really we're just trying to figure out how we can leverage the systems and the processes that we're learning at Thrive more in our business. So now we're setting up a lead tracking system that has been long overdue, and we're doing lots of stuff. But I wanted to take a minute and say thank you to Thrive and Clay Clark and Dr. Z and everybody for all the help in helping us grow our business and hopefully buy more Lamborghinis like this the more we sell. So appreciate it, guys. See ya.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal, and they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns, because our clubs were all closed for 3 months, and you have $350,000 of bills you've got to pay, and we have no accounts receivable. He helped us navigate that, and of course we were conservative enough that we could afford to take that on for a period of time. But it was anyways, great man. I'm very impressed with him. So Clay, thank you for everything you're doing, and I encourage you, if you haven't ever worked with Clay, work with Clay. He's going to help magnify you, and there's nobody I have ever met that has the ability to work as hard as he does. He probably sleeps 4, maybe 6 hours a day, and literally the rest of the time he's working, and he can outwork everybody in the room every single day, and he loves it. So anyways, this is Charles Kola with Kola Fitness. Thank you, Clay, and anybody out there that's wanting to work with Clay, it's a great opportunity to ever work with him. So you guys have a blessed one. This is Charles Kola. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Aaron Antis with Shaw Homes. I first heard about Clay through a mortgage lender here in town who had told me what a great job he had been doing for them, and I actually noticed he was driving a Lamborghini all of a sudden, so I was willing to listen. In my career, I've sold a little over $800 million in real estate. So honestly, I thought I kind of knew everything about marketing and homes. And then I met Clay, and my perception of what I knew and what I could do definitely changed. After doing $800 million in sales over a 15-year career, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I've been managing a large team of salespeople for the last 10 years here with Shaw Homes. And I mean, we've been a company that's been in business for 35 years. We've become one of the largest builders in the Tulsa area, and that was without Clay. So when I came to know Clay, I really thought, man, there's not much more I need to know, but I'm willing to listen. The interesting thing is our internet leads from our website has actually, in a 4-month period of time, has gone from somewhere around 10 to 15 leads in a month to 180 internet leads in a month. Just from the few things that he's shown us how to implement that I honestly probably never would have come up with on my own. So I got a lot of good things to say about the system that Clay put in place with us, and it's just been an incredible experience. I am very glad that we met and had the opportunity to work with Clay. So the interaction with the team and with Clay on a weekly basis is honestly very enlightening. One of the things that I love about Clay's perspective on things is that he doesn't come from my industry. He's not somebody who's in the home building industry. I've listened to all the experts in my field. Our company has paid for me to go to seminars, international builder shows, all kinds of places where I've had the opportunity to learn from the experts in my industry. But the thing that I found working with Clay is that he comes from such a broad spectrum of working with so many different types of businesses that he has a perspective that's difficult for me to gain because I get so entrenched in what I do, I'm not paying attention to what other leading industry experts are doing, and Clay really brings that perspective for me. It is very valuable time every week when I get that hour with him. From my perspective, the reason that any business owner who's thinking about hooking up with Thrive needs to definitely consider it is because the results that we've gotten in a very short period of time are honestly monumental. It has really exceeded my wildest expectation of what he might be able to do. I came in skeptical because I'm very pragmatic, and as I've gone through the process over just a few months, I've realized it's probably one of the best moves we've ever made. I think a lot of people probably feel like they don't need a business or marketing consultant because they maybe are a little bit prideful and like to think they know everything. I know that's how I felt coming in. I mean, we're a big company that's definitely one of the largest in town. And so we kind of felt like we knew what we were doing. And I think for a lot of people, they let their ego get in the way of listening to somebody that might have a better or different perspective than theirs. I would just really encourage you, if you're thinking about working with Clay, I mean, the thing is, it's month to month. Go give it a try and see what happens. I think in the 35-year history of Shaw Homes, this is probably the best thing that's happened to us. And I know if you give them a shot, I think you'll feel the same way. I know for me, the thing I would have missed out on if I didn't work with Clay is I would have missed out on literally an 1,800% increase in our internet leads. Going from 10 a month to 180 a month, that would have been a huge financial decision to just decide not to give it a shot. I would absolutely recommend Clay Clark to anybody who's thinking about working with somebody in marketing. I would skip over anybody else you were thinking about, and I would go straight to Clay and his team. I guarantee you're not going to regret it because we sure haven't.
My name is Danielle Sprick, and I am the founder of D Sprick Realty Group here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. After being a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and my 3 kids started school and they were in school full-time, I was at a crossroads and trying to decide what do I want to do? My degree and my background is in education, but after being a mom and staying home and all of that, I just didn't have a passion for it like I once did. My husband suggested real estate. He's a home builder, so real estate and home building go hand in hand, and we just rolled with it. I love people, I love working with people, I love the building relationships, but one thing that was really difficult for me was the business side of things. The processes and the advertising and marketing. I knew that I did not have what I needed to make that what it should be. So I reached out to Clay at that time. And he and his team have been extremely instrumental in helping us build our brand, help market our business, our agents, the homes that we represent. Everything that we do is a direct line from Clay and his team and all that they've done for us. We launched our brokerage, our real estate brokerage, 8 months ago. And in that time, we've gone from myself and one other agent to just this week, we signed on our 16th agent. We have been blessed with the fact that we right now have just over 10 million in pending transactions. 3 years ago, I never would have even imagined that I would be in this role that I'm in today, building a business, having 16 agents. But I have to give credit where credit's due. And Clay and his team and the business coaching that they've offered us has been huge. It's been instrumental in what we're doing. Don't ever limit your vision. When you dream big, big things happen.
I started a business because I couldn't work for anyone else. I do things my way. I do what I think is in the best interest of the patient. I don't answer to insurance companies. I don't answer to large corporate organizations. I answer to my patient, and that's it. My thought when I opened my clinic was I can do this all myself. I don't need additional outside help in many ways. I went to medical school. I can figure this out. But it was a very, very steep learning curve. Within the first 6 months of opening my clinic, I had a $63,000 embezzlement. I lost multiple employees. Clay helped us weather the storm of some of the things that are just a lot of people experience, especially in the medical world. He was instrumental in helping with the specific written business plan. He's been instrumental in hiring good quality employees, using the processes that he outlines for getting in good talent, which is extremely difficult. He helped me in securing the business loans. He helped me with web development and search engine optimization. We've been able to really keep a steady stream of clients coming in because they found us on the web. With everything that I encountered, everything that I experienced, I quickly learned it is worth every penny to have someone in your team that can walk you through and even avoid some of the pitfalls that are almost invariable in starting your own business. I'm Dr. Chad Edwards, and I own Revolution Health and Wellness Clinic.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah. So here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months. Or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But that, like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those and that system has really, really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut and we didn't know.
The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. They taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Moore. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
I'm Rachel with TipTopK9, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with TipTopK9. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. As you can see, it's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrivetime Show. 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.